After overcoming complex regional pain syndrome through neuroplasticity techniques, I documented my journey in the book Unwinding Pain. Now I'm dedicated to helping fellow pain sufferers by sharing affordable and accessible pain management strategies on my YouTube show of the same name, Unwinding Pain. Greetings. Thank you for inviting me back into your home. Today I'm going to be talking about sleep. Now, when I was growing up, I used to have stuffed animals in bed with me. Maybe you did too. It was something to comfort me while I was getting ready to doze off and have dreams. And sometimes if I woke up in the middle of the night, I would grab my little stuffed animal and cozy up with the stuffed animal. And that made, it easy to go back to sleep. But fast forward to adulthood, and when I developed CRPS, my whole sleeping pattern changed radically. And I didn't believe that I could improve my sleep until I was cured from the terrible burning pain that I experienced. And so I suffered through the nights. I'd be awake, I'd maybe fall asleep 2 or 3 hours, and that's how I was living for years. My husband would be sleeping, and I would be awake, wandering around the house, trying to stay busy. Sometimes, I'd watch movies late into the morning, hoping I would doze off. And fast forward to the 2000s, they discovered then that the blue light emitted by television and later tablets and the cell phones affects our sleeping patterns. And that was a real game changer for me. But first, I want to say that by not having enough sleep, it can intensify pain and it creates a challenging cycle because if you're in terrible pain, you can't go to sleep. But if you don't sleep, then you're going to be in more pain. So it's really important to prioritize and improve your sleeping patterns. And some of the benefits of doing that is you can lower your pain sensitivity, which actually increases the tolerance of that uncomfortable feeling of whatever your pain challenge is. It also can improve moods and reduce irritability, which is really important. And also symptoms of depression can fade away. It also, if by having enough sleep, it reduces the inflammation in your body, which can contribute to improving healing from your chronic pain. There's ways to improve how you're sleeping. Now, I didn't learn about these methods way until my journey with CRPS, and that was around 2010. Unfortunately, around 2010, my husband gifted me with this wonderful iPad. And I thought, oh, this will be a game changer. I'd have it in watching it in bed. I had a special little pillow that you prop it against, and I'd watch it through the night. And I thought, well, my eyes would get heavy and I could doze off to sleep. But that never happened because the blue light emitted from the iPad was confusing my body about my sleep patterns. And it really affected my quality of being able to get to sleep. And sleep was almost non-existent. But I didn't understand that until later I learned the science about it. And the science of establishing a better sleeping pattern is often known as sleep hygiene, which of course that hygiene is like an old-fashioned term for a healthy way of living. And so I want you to understand that under sleep hygiene, there are many things that you could do to improve your sleep if it's a challenge in your life. One of the first things you need to do is establish a consistent sleep schedule. That means you know what time you're going to go to sleep each night and you know what time you're going to get up each morning. And that means if you did not sleep very well the night before, don't add a couple of hours in the morning thinking, okay, I need to get a better night's sleep, so I'll just try to doze off now. Because you want to give attention to your brain to say, this is what my pattern is. This is how we're going to go to sleep. I want you to cooperate. Okay, so you've got to establish, number one, establish a consistent sleep schedule. The next thing is to look at your room. Does it have a lot of light coming in at night? Do you live in the city where you have street lights, or maybe you're out in the rural area, but some of the lights of the trucks that drive by at night are hitting your bedroom and waking you up? So it's important to make your bedroom dark. And there's some very inexpensive darkening drapes that you could get that really help with that. And also, you have to make sure that you're not too hot or cold. So you want to look at your temperature of your room and you want it quiet. And that's very important. And some people actually wear earplugs when they go to sleep. They're supposed to be comfortable. I've never used them because noise was never a problem in my life. And the other thing is you need to invest in a comfortable mattress and bedding and pillows. So that's very, very important. And the next thing you need to do is watch your diet. Because if you're eating late at night, spicy things, or you have a slice of pizza while you're watching the evening news, that's a no no. So you have to watch the kinds of things that you eat and also eliminate having caffeine many hours before. Now, some people can get away with having caffeine at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Some people can get by with having caffeine maybe at 6 o'clock if they go to bed at 9 o'clock. You have to listen to your body. So, and the other thing besides caffeine, you have to think about where you find caffeine. It's not just in coffee. Colas have caffeine in them also. And also, some people, there's a caffeine effect of eating chocolate as a stimulant. And so you have to really audit what kinds of things you're eating and drinking close to bedtime. Another thing to consider is if you exercise earlier in the day and get movement in your life, it's going to help you sleep better later. And we all try to get some movement, especially if we're dealing with discomfort in our body. We know it's important to keep movement going on in our lives. But don't do it an hour before bedtime. Don't turn on the YouTube shows to see the exercise aerobic thing and think you're going to sleep an hour later. That doesn't work out. Because the important thing is to understand you have to down regulate your body. It starts, early in the evening, not like you don't say, okay, I'm putting my head on the pillow, body, go to sleep. That's not the way it works. All these things that we're going to be layering are going to help you get to that promised land of sleep. So we have the exercise. Make sure to do it earlier in the day. You're going to watch your diet. You're not going to have those cola drinks or the caffeine or even tea with caffeine. Depends how sensitive you are. Some people can have regular tea. Now, I personally have herbal tea. I stay away from caffeinated beverages. And we're looking at a comfortable sleep environment. And here's an important tip. If you have a lot of discomfort, sometimes having a pillow propping different parts of your body are really helpful. So you have to experiment what works best for your body because we are an experiment of one. What works for one person may not help another person. So I want you to experiment. Look at this as a challenge to say what's going to help me feel more comfortable. So involving with that is the pre-sleep routine that I'm talking about. You're going to want to manage your stress and anxiety. This is not the time to have heated conversations in the evening with your spouse or your partner or with your children. You're going to have too much heightened stress in your body to be able to relax. So you're going to look at your times before you go to bed as how can I best build in the activities that are going to help me have a restful, peaceful evening. So the other thing is to be mindful of naps. Let's say it's going to take a while for you to restore a good sleeping pattern for you. And so you're catching up during the day because you didn't sleep so good the night before. Well, any nap that's over 20 to 30 minutes is going to impede how much sleep you're going to get that evening. So please be mindful of your naps. Like I said, a cat nap, which is a shorter one, rather than sleeping until you finally wake up, an hour and a half, 2 hours later, that's going to impact how you're going to sleep that night. So the other thing you can consider after you consult with your healthcare provider is the natural sleep aids. And that involves things like the herbal teas, like chamomile. The other thing is melatonin supplements, which again, please consult with your healthcare provider. And one other thing that some people find very helpful is the lavender essential oil that you can either spray around your pillow. I've seen little bottles of that sold in hospital gift shops, or have a diffuser. So if sleep problems persist, even though you do start using the tips I'm giving you today, please consult with a sleep specialist and consider using cognitive behavioral therapy that's designed specifically for sleeping issues. So I'm hoping that that you are going to have those cuddly times again sleeping. Like I've been able to now sleep between 7 and sometimes 8 hours a night, which is a huge improvement from my 3 hours of sleep. Because I will tell you what I learned in my life was how much pain increases when your body is fatigued. So please be mindful that it's really important to start working on getting restorative sleep now instead of waiting for that magic day when all the pain is going to dissolve from your body. Okay? So please pay attention, look at your bedroom, clean out the clutter. And the other thing I want to also say is don't do your work in bed at night. Okay? You need to have your bedroom as your sanctuary. And if you live in a small environment and that's not possible because you do have an office in your bedroom, then close down your electronic equipment, take your phone out of the room. You don't want to hear beeps and the banners coming across to tell you something because that's going to wake you up. So take out all the technology. And if you, because based on your lifestyle, you have to do some computer work at night, shift the screen to protect you from the blue rays emitted by it. And you can buy over-the-counter glasses that are of different tints that will help you avoid having your patterns be affected by the blue lights. So I hope some of these tips are going to help you. And if you have any tips that have helped you get better sleep, please put them in the comments below. So thank you for visiting me again, and look to see you next time. Bye-bye. I understand what it's like to live with chronic pain, as I shared in today's video. As a person certified in advanced pain rehabilitation, I'm well aware of the financial burden that treatment can impose. That's why I'm offering affordable science-based strategies to help improve your comfort levels in my videos. Please hit the like button to help this show grow and leave a comment about topics you're interested in. Since you welcome me into your home, I'd like to extend an invitation for you to visit bonnielester.com and schedule a complimentary Zoom meeting with me. I'd love to learn more about your specific pain challenges. But remember, pain recovery isn't a destination, it's a journey. Keep unwinding that pain one step at a time.